Operation Duster. This is Panzer George, UK turn 7. So we have 62 IPCs, and with that we'll be buying 2 destroyers, 1 bomber, 2 fighters, 1 transport, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and the Indian Army. So we have a number of combats we're going to be doing. The first one is this fleet off Malaya. So we're going to be sending in the British fleet. Our battleship is leading the charge, along with 2 destroyers, 2 transports, and those 2 transports we're going to be invading Malaya. So we're going to be sending in 2 infantry, an infantry, a tank, and 2 infantry, a tank, and an artillery. So we'll change that out in a second. And as well as the 3 fighters. So there'll be an AA roll against those fighters because he has a battleship and a cruiser. And in the Mediterranean, no surprise, we're also going to be doing some invasions. The one German fighter in southern Italy has wisely decided not to intercept. So the first thing we're going to be doing is this cruiser and destroyer off Sarnia is going to be attacking the French fleet. And also this battleship is going to be coming in as well. And then this cruiser here from off Suez is coming in. And then we're going to be sending in 1 transport with 1 infantry, 1 artillery from A34 that's going to be moving and invading southern France, attacking the Vichy. And then from the UK, we're going to be sending in 2 fighters in support. We're going to go around this German fleet, which is embarrassingly in the channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attacking, supporting the attack in Vichy. And with ETC, we have 1 movement remaining. And we'll be landing in Normandy. And then these 2 transports here, we'll be picking up an infantry, 2 infantry, and an artillery. And going 1, 2, and we'll be picking up an artillery on the way. And so we'll be sending in an infantry and artillery into Yugoslavia, an infantry and artillery into northern Italy. And then we'll be sending in a tactical and a fighter from Egypt. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that leaves 2 movement left. We'll be landing we could land in Greece. We'll see how it goes. We may land in Normandy as well. And then the last 3 fighters will be attacking Yugoslavia, supporting that invasion. And there we have it. Okay, so why don't we do the big one here? So I'll get this one set up on the board. So we've got, for Japan, we have a battleship and a cruiser, and they both defend at 4. We have a transport, which is 0. We have a destroyer. We have 2 destroyers down here. And coming in, we have a battleship, 2 destroyers, and 3 fighters. So there we have it. So we're going to do the AA roll first. So a battleship fires at those 3 fighters. And there's a miss on the AA fire relief for the British. So now we do our combat. So we have 3 fighters, we have a battleship, and we have 2 destroyers. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 coming in. And we score 3 hits, it looks like. That's 3 hits for the British. And the Japanese get to fire back. They have a battleship and a cruiser. And they have 2 destroyers. And they get to fire back. And they get 3 hits as well. Okay, so 3 and 3. Let's see how that works. So 3 for the Japanese. I'm assuming they're going to lose 1 off the battleship, and then take off the 2 destroyers. And for the British, we're going to take off the battleship, and we're going to lose a destroyer. And let's keep fighting. So this time I have 3 fighters and 1 destroyer. And this time I get 1 hit. That's 1 hit for the Brits. Coming back, we have a damaged battleship, but the cruiser is still supporting the battleship, so that's 2 for the battleship and 4 for the cruiser. And they get 2 hits. Good grief. Okay, so 2 hits. I lose a destroyer and a... That's 2 hits. I lose a destroyer and a fighter. And 1 hit, they would lose the battleship. So now it's 2 fighters versus 1 cruiser. So I sink the cruiser. Does this cruiser get its licks in? Yes. Wow, so that was a bloodbath. The Japanese transport is sunk. The invasion still proceeds. So now we'll do the invasion. We have a tank, an infantry, 2 infantry and artillery versus 2 Japanese units. So that's a tank, artillery and infantry, and 1 regular infantry versus 2 Japanese units. I've got to get 2 hits. And fortunately, I do get the 2 hits. And the Japanese fire back. And they get 1 hit back. So the Japanese are gone out of Malaya. The British take 1 loss. They take 1 loss, so they have 1 tank, 1 artillery, and 1 infantry in Malaya, and 2 transports, and 1 fighter from that battle left. Okay, so let's do the next one. So we're going to have, let's do the one in northern Italy. So we got a tactical, a fighter, an infantry and artillery versus 1 Italian infantry. So a tactical, a fighter, infantry and artillery. Against 1 infantry. There's the 1 infantry. So we do get the 1 hit. And the Italian fights back, and they get a hit as well. So we have northern Italy captured with 1 artillery. And of course that destroys or downgrades the factory. Now we're going to attack Yugoslavia. So there's 2 Italians. I got 3 fighters, an infantry and artillery. So 3 fighters, an infantry and artillery versus 2 Italians. So I get the necessary hits. I got 3 hits there, more than enough. And they get to fire back. And they miss. So Yugoslavia is under British ownership. So the last one is Vichy. So we're going to do the sea combat first. So we've got a battleship and the 2 cruisers and a destroyer versus a cruiser and destroyer. It's a battleship, 2 cruisers and a destroyer versus a cruiser and destroyer. So I need to get 2 hits. So I do get the 2 hits. Thanks to the cruisers. And the French fire back. And the French miss. They're totally caught by surprise. So the sea battle's over. And now we're going to invade. We're attacking this 1 Vichy with 2 fighters, an infantry and artillery. Two fighters, an infantry and artillery. I need to get 1 hit. I just get the 1 hit. And he gets to fire back. And the French miss. So Vichy is now ours. Okay. And hold on a second. Yes, those 2 units were there. Just got knocked over. Okay, so now we're going to do return to base. So these fighters in Vichy are going to go in Normandy. This fighter in tactical is going to land in Normandy. These 3 fighters that were in Yugoslavia, they only went 1, so 2, 3, 4. We can also go in Normandy. So all those units are in Normandy. And then this bomber with this unit from Greece goes 1, 2, 3, 4 and lands 2 additional infantry in Normandy, and we have a transport bomber there. Then non-combat, we're going to be moving this tank from Iraq to West India, this mech from northern Iran to West India. We're returning this fighter, the only survivor, to Calcutta. Okay, so let me just see. I think I've done everything. This is an infantry here. Just going to put my markers on just to make sure everything's clear. So we've got Vichy, Northern, and Yugoslavia. Okay, so now we're going to put on our reinforcements. This is one British infantry that's left in Egypt. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a fighter in Calcutta. Yes, a fighter and a transport in Calcutta. So that's 17 plus my Indian Army. And then we're going to put a bomber and an infantry and artillery in Egypt. And then in the UK, we're going to put one fighter, and we're going to put 2 destroyers in the Channel. And now we do disposition of forces. 2 seconds. Okay, so in UK, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry, 4 AAs, 1 mech, 1 fighter, 2 destroyers in the Channel. In Norway, Normandy, we have 2 infantry, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fighters, and 1 tactical and 1 transport bomber. In Vichy, we have an infantry and artillery. In northern Italy, we have 1 artillery. In Yugoslavia, we have an infantry and artillery. In off Italy, we have 2 transports and 2 aircraft carriers and 2 cruisers. And then off Vichy, we have a battleship. We have 2 cruisers, a destroyer, and a transport. In Egypt, we have a bomber, 2 infantry, and artillery, and an AA. In West India, we have a tank and a mech. In India itself, we have 2 fighters, and we have 2 AA, and we have 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 infantry. I think I mentioned 11 infantry, 2 fighters, 2 AA, and offshore we have 1 transport. Off Malaya, we have 2 transports, and in Malaya, we have a tank, an artillery, and an infantry. And that's it. It's turn 7, and I really don't think the production means anything for this turn, so I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much.